Welcome to World Sports News with Ernie. It's been a while, right, Ernie? I haven't been feeling the best, Ernie. You know what I mean? So I've had it on hiatus for a while. Um, got a new camera. I bought it really cheap. A $20 camera that's worth $80, and better setup. It's on a tripod now. I don't have to. I don't have to be sitting down. I could be lying down. I could see everything now from the side of it. I don't have to. It's very easy to put all this away now. It's a much better setup. The studio is easy to put away real quickly. Easy setup. And the audio is easy now because this camera has two microphones on each side. So Ernie, it's been a while since we've had World Sports News, and I'm not in the mood to make reports anymore, Ernie. I'm going to go back to the not live cold readings. I made a mistake there. Just cold readings. And I can hit pause a lot. Okay, so without further ado, there's our co host here, Ernie, and his faithful companion. Well, I call him Felix Duck, the lucky duck that does the gambling on NFL football, which we won't see Felix for a long while till the preseason NFL, or maybe we'll do some UFL preseason. We might do some UFL picks. We'll do it real quick and okay. But it's Ernie's show here. Sorry. Okay, so World Sports News. Ernie is like he wants to be more of a globetrotter. He likes the sports around the world. Ernie likes to hear about good participation sports, non-violent. So we're not going to do any NFL, of course, because NFL is easily covered on my other channels. On my other programs. I got NFL News with Sylvester, and Coach Coyote does a pregame and postgame show. And when I live stream a game, it's with the two Munchie brothers, Ketchup and Barbecue. So we got all that covered, and we'll go to we'll go back to the old style again, like I said earlier, and let's see. We're Ernie. First thing I am is very excited is that netball, and for those that don't know netball, just look it up. It's very popular in Australia. And we've done articles. We have already reported on netball, and of course we were trying. We're waiting and waiting, and finally it's here. The netball season is started, and this is the Ernie. I got the news here, and it's going to be exciting. That new netball Super League. It's okay. So there's going to be showing weekly matches, and Sky Sports will be showing weekly matches. Well, actually, this weekend. Okay, so I'm reading this article here. So there's going to be matches this weekend. The season opener is this weekend for netball. Okay, it's good. The one match a week streamed. It says streamed on Sky Sports YouTube channel throughout the year. Oh, I don't think I can't do both, Ernie. I wanted to live stream. We'll have to find a presenter. Around Christmas time, the CEO of Bugs Bunny of Sports News Review filled in and did one, but he's kind of busy right now. Let's see. Ernie's committed to other things, or maybe if he's free. What it is, Ernie? I'm gonna pause, Ernie, and what I'm gonna do is look up to see if I could watch it on television, because I'm not gonna be able to watch the game on YouTube. I'm pretty sure, and monitor my YouTube channel and do a live stream. That's probably too much to ask for on one laptop. So if it's being broadcast on a regular television like cable, where I can watch it with no, of course, Ernie, we don't put no audio or we don't show the video feed. We just describe the action, and it's all in fun. I'm far from being an announcer, but I'm having fun. Tight, the whole point is that we're highlighting sports that are not really seen in North Indigenous, continent of we call here. So, well, with further ado, I'm going to hit the pause and look to see if it's on the cable. Well, I'm back, Ernie. I tried to find it. I couldn't find anything on the schedule. It's taking too long, but it just says that they're showing it on YouTube channel, which is the Sky Sports YouTube channel. So it might be like live streams. I was watching in the summertime. I was watching the Indoor Football League for free on YouTube, and I found it exciting. And in Arizona, it was packed. It's an air-conditioned arena, and I had a feeling that it's probably cheaper in Arizona to go watch the Indoor Football League than it is to air-condition the house with the temperature soaring over 100. Anyways, so it's the Netball Super League, and it returns on Saturday. Okay, so you could watch it on the Sky Sports, but they're going to show it on YouTube also, which is pretty amazing. Okay, so we are geared up. We'll next coming. If I don't do a live stream, I'll do a promo. If I do a live stream for the netball game, I will do a promo first. And on Monday, should I? Well, now that NFL football is not till not at least till end of August. Actually, the beginning of August with the preseason. The Mondays will be free for a while. So World Sports News with Ernie it can happen on Mondays. Okay, so and the first thing we're going to do is report on the netball scores, and that's the whole thing. It's to promote, right, Ernie? It was the whole idea to do World Sports News with Ernie. It's to showcase sports that people don't normally know that's even on. So it gives someone a choice to, not get stuck with the North Indigenous sporting scene, to see what's out there on this wide world we live in, and all. So we're going to go to the AFL, as in the Australian Football League, and the Aussie Rules Football. Now, they're starting on Thursday, March the 7th. There'll be quite a few weeks. It looks more than 10 weeks. So, I don't think I'm going to do the scores every week. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle it, because it looks like there's a lot. I'm looking at the schedule, and so on Thursday it's going to be their big opener with the Sydney Swans versus Melbourne. I don't know who Melbourne. I guess Melbourne FC. They're just going to be the Melbourne Football Club, I guess. So that's 3:30 a.m. 3:30 a.m. Oh, that's because they're giving me my time. Okay. The 3:30 a.m. I can't be watching that. That's a little late. 3:30, 4. I don't know if I'll be watching that. 12:20, 3:30 a.m. Well, it's gonna be easy for me to do a live stream if I could get it on regular television like cable. I could do a live stream. I just can't. Okay, how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 teams. It looks like they're buys. I'm not sure what the buys. Oh, they're not playing this. Oh, they're not playing. Oh, okay. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it looks 16. Looks like there's 18 teams. Okay, the ladder. I'm going to look up the ladder, Ernie. Okay, so the ladder will help me figure out how long the season is. Okay, let's see. I'm so used to our style of schedules, and I'm gonna. Okay, looks like okay. So we got AFL Premiership. Okay. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, top 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Okay, it looks like there's 18 teams. So is there 18 teams? It would make it 9 games. I guess that's not too much to report on. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Looks like, yeah, 9 games. Okay, 9 games. I can fit 8 on one board. Actually, I got more than one board to fit on. So I have to switch out a lot. I don't know how we're going to fit it on the. I think the setup's going to have to be a little different. I guess World Sports News with Ernie will have to be moved over to the other side. Move his desk over a little bit. And have the scoreboard here. Switch out the scoreboard when I switch out. Okay, it'll be different. It's gonna be totally different with this. Um, I might figure out a way to just hang World Sports News with Ernie on that left wall, so that clears up this whole area to put the scoreboard, and Ernie could move over to the left a bit, or yeah, move over to the left a bit, and yeah, World Sports News with Ernie can go on that white wall over there. I'll have to get one of those. I guess I'll get one of those stick it things where I could stick this sign right here, stick this sign over there on this wall right there. Doing some rearranging here, and okay, I'll figure it out. That's something that's behind the scenes more, eh, Ernie? Like instead of trying to, but you got a limited amount of studio space, and like just to show the scale, I'll show the back of my hand. I this just show the scale I'm working with here. Like, so here's if we look, there's my hand out here. Okay, so here's my thumb. So here's my finger. So reaching out, touching the. Okay, so you're looking at a general area. You can see where my hand is. This is the area. Just as the general area where I got for the studio right here, where I could change this camera around a lot. Well, I fit it for Ernie, and Ernie's probably the easiest, since Ernie's my smallest Muppet here, or puppet. He's the easiest one to fit in on the cameras. Okay, now we'll figure it out. Okay, so the AFL's back. I did the AWFL, and I think I mentioned it earlier, Ernie, that the our CEO, B Bunny for Sports News Review, did it filled in on Christmas time to do the AWFL championship, and it was a lot of fun. And okay, so that's good news there too. That the AWFL is back. So we got netball, we got AWFL on the Australian. There's probably some. I don't know if rugby started. Cricket, I'm having. Cricket is more of the final test or the final tests for cricket. I report on. You know what I mean? Hey, Ernie, we're just gonna do like final tests on cricket. Um, we're, we're not really. I'm not really. How do you say it? Like, I really don't have much experience with the cricket reporting, so that one we'll play that one. We'll see what happens there. But it's not going to be as much as the others, like netball or AFL or AW. AWFL starts much later, so I got the men's now. You got the men's division, the AFL, the Australian Football League, and so like I said, that's coming up. And let's see. We'll look for some more sports here. Hey, Ernie, on the tablet, I got another one, Ernie. Let's see if you could put it on your TV screen. Okay, now, Rianne, it's the high diving World Aquatics Championship high diving, and the gold medalist is An Australian Rhiannon, Rhiannan, Rhiannon, and then Ifland, Iffland, is the World Aquatics Championship, and she's the gold medalist. Let's see. Let's get the story here. I'm just reading it. She's won 4 consecutive high diving gold medals at the World Aquatics Championship. Okay, and her closest rival is Molly Carson of Canada. Oh, okay, so the high diving is not an Olympic sport. Okay, it's not an Olympic sport, but still. Oh, it was in Qatari's Old Port capital, Old Port, Wednesday. It's already happened because we are now. Okay, so this is being. I have 6:41 being in North Indigenous Continent here, 6:41 p.m. So this event's already happened, and it happened on a Wednesday. And wow, did they ever go flying through the air, Ernie? Okay, this is something we'll watch. We'll watch the highlights on the YouTube, and they really go flying through the air. Wow. So, Ernie, I don't think you can get me on that high board and dive. How about you? Yeah. Oh, Felix over there, Felix the duck over there. Well, no, he'd be fine. He could just fly off the board. Just well, he's got wings. He'd be fine. Oh, but Ernie and I don't think we even want to jump off that high anymore. Hey, Ernie, we're getting a little old to be jumping off that high. But wow. Well, looking up another sport, and we're still in Australia, Ernie, and I'm looking up another sport, mountain bike. And we all remember Ernie, for us, mountain bike, like in our age group. Like I know, I'm actually older than Ernie. Ernie's first broadcast was in '69 with Sesame Street, and I'm actually older than Ernie, and I remember the first mountain bikes. I remember. Oh boy, there's such an evolution in mountain biking these days with the materials that are used and like the skill set. And for me, I'm looking at these mountain bikes, and I'm I'm thinking like they got disc brakes on the front and rear. Like on a mountain bike, you have a disc brake, unheard of in my day. My day was still the of course, you know what I mean, Ernie, with the wire pulling the brake calipers and squeezing the tire rim. Uh, these being way more precision when they have to really stop on a dime, as they say. Um, yeah, so the bikes are probably just incredibly made. Now, my first time experiencing on a mountain bike was there was three of us, and I was younger, and I would ride my at that time the 10 speed out and about in the countryside for exercise, and someone came. Well, I had another person that had 10 speed, but someone came with a mountain bike, and like they were very heavy for its day. We're talking 80s. It was heavy. Gear ratio was low. It was gear for the low gears to climb to straddle through. Actually, it was the high. Let's see, was it the higher gears? Because there was a lot of. Actually, it was probably a lot more higher gears because you would have to. The opposite. You need to do a lot of pedaling to get up over like a hill that's got mud. Like if the wheel's sliding through mud, you want to spin fast. I can't remember. Okay, well, anyways, I'm starting to forget like how the gear ratio would be better. Like what gears are better. Like then again, you put your high gears, you got your low gears. But now on a mountain bike, I was we had to take turns. Like we're going for a long ride, and we had to take turns with the mountain bike. Whoever like at first the first rode his mountain bike, and he couldn't like the person could not keep up with me and this other person on 10 speed. And so okay, this is 80s, and I was like, I decided okay, let me try this. After a while, I was like, you want to switch? I switched with another person. So we all switched to, because whoever rode the mountain bike would end up far back. Like, just eventually end up far back. It's a heavy bike compared to the 10 speeds. And I'm not talking like, I didn't have a racing 10 speed, but any 10 speed at its time, well, of course, it was built for just riding on the road with the thin, long wheel, thin, bigger tires. Circumference was a lot bigger than those the mountain bike tire. The mountain bike tire, knobbies. Plus the knobbies that, and it was another thing was like, it was where it's. I can hear it like the tires as going down the road. It's very faint at the time, but the thing is that it's like it's wearing out the tire faster by these. Like that's another thing too with the mountain bikes, is you got even today you should switch it. They got such good hybrid tires now, but to have the mud tires, another thing that's just not good is having tires for the field to go basically riding on the road. It was not a good idea. It was wearing out the tires. Yeah, and with the longer, with the shorter the shorter wheel circumferences on the mountain bikes, that's what caused another reason, besides its extreme weight compared to the 10 speeds, the shorter, the smaller circumference on the wheels. That made a lot more pedaling. You're doing one and a half more pedals, one and a half more like another half a revolution for every one revolution on the 10 speed, which adds up after time. It adds up after a long distance. So, but Ernie, you know how it happens. If we go to a sporting goods store right now, and we see a mountain bike for $900, we're like, wow, the space age. They're going to be a lot lighter, and you should be able to keep up with 10 speed with those bikes. Because they do have specialty. The smart thing for a store owner to do is to ask, or whoever's working the place, asking, are you going to be 80% on the road, 20% off road? Or are you going to be 20% on the road, 80% off road, or 100% on the off road? Like, if someone brings their mountain bike on the back of a vehicle and rides to a park, that's a very big park. You can. That's gonna be a special. The gears will be. The wheels will be perfect for the situation where. Like the nice grip and like of course, if it's gonna be 100% road. It's kind of like, why did you need a mountain? If do you really need a mountain bike? Why if it's 100% going to be on the road, it's a whole different sport. That's the thing. So the whole thing is that it says the Global Sea Otter Mountain Bike Festival, and it says it's getting a lot popular too. It's getting big. I could see how it's easy to get into because so many people just want to get into it for their own personal fitness, and of course, if the person is really good, that's when you get into tournaments and get better and better, and but yeah, it's quite the festival. I've seen the picture of all the participants in their temporary tents and that, and I'm looking at another person's mountain bike. And yeah, oh, look at those! Oh wow, I love those tires. All the knobbies on them. Yeah, see, this is a strictly made for off road. And yeah, I'm looking at another one with the insane looking. I'm just trying to see the shocks. I think maybe the shock is just mainly on the bike frame. Did I see it on the other one? Is the shock? Is there a shock? Let's see. Do they still have shocks on them? Or oh, rock shocks? Is that right? The rock shocks is on the forks. Is that right? I suppose. I Nice course they're gonna have. Oh, they're just showing some BMXers too. Isn't that BMXers? These look more like BMX bikes than mountain bikes. Okay, there's some, but there's the mountain bikes here, and then below it they got people. It's hard to tell. What is it? Is it a BMX or is it a mountain bike? Wow, there's okay. So Australia is it's in the yard. Oh, there's those rock shocks I'm seeing now. Yeah, quite the different. Like those are impressive looking specialized rock shocks for a mountain bike, and this is someone that's very. I'm looking at someone that's a very serious mountain bike with knee pads, shin pad looks like a helmet, of course, and some good gloves, and yeah, it looks. I can see why it's getting in popularity. There's a lot of people that they just like to do it anyways. Now we'll go to another one. We're Australia. We're still in there. We're still on the old continent of Australia, and there's something about pool. Okay, what is it? Swimming? Is it? Okay, so there's the breaststroke crowd. So it's Sam Williamson, Australia. Okay, so he wins. Okay, the DOHA World Aquatic Championships. So it's 50-meter breaststroke. That's just one way. 100 meters would be like at the end and back. So 50 meters is just like a sprint, I guess, but it's the breaststroke. So, and yeah, you still have to. The person is in amazing shape for being at the breast. So the breaststroke, and Sam Williamson, Australia, wins the breaststroke. Nice. Okay. All right. Said it. The championships run until Sunday. What's next? Oh, okay. This is just. It looks like it's just preliminaries. Okay, so the championships are on Sunday. Okay, so there's gonna we'll have to review. Remember that on Monday. This will be for Monday. To report on who wins the. Okay, so it's the DOHA World Aquatic Championship. Okay, alrighty. Let's see what other sports is happening in Australia. That's not what we call soccer. Okay, non-soccer sports. Now they got AF. Ooh. Okay, okay. This one is back. I'm going back to, I guess, Australian rules football. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it is. Okay, because it says that there's a player named Nathan Murphy, and it's Collingwood's. I guess the team. I guess the team looks like a referee on this side of the globe, but it's kind of like Juventus. But he's only got two. He's got actually, it's only two black stripes on the front of the shirt uniform, black shorts, and it's on a white with black trim. And I guess that's Collingwood, and he's gonna sit out AFL, which is the Australian Football League games, and indefinitely due to concussion issues. I've said it before. I'm not really like. I've never played like college football, Canadian college football, or of course American college football, and I'm just saying like, well, I remember when I was younger, a lot younger, at the time with the BMX days, same time period as that BMX story from earlier, Ernie, and I think I remember having headaches after playing football, like no helmets or anything like that. Um, we were just playing like you count steamboats for the quarterback, and they got but you could there is tackling. Um, so I remember playing like that. We were just we whatever we had our own version of rules to play football because we didn't have full equipment. Nobody had equipment, and we still somehow played tackle, which is crazy for its day. Like nowadays, I wonder how do you play tackle without equipment? That was insanity. Plus, and one thing I remember is, when it comes to this concussion story, was I remember sitting at the kitchen table with this headache that just wouldn't go away after playing football. And I think it was like a badge of honor to me at the time. I never discussed it, saying, like, I got this, as they say, vicious headache from playing football. And I don't remember getting a concussion, and quote unquote. I think I had I think I was I think I was concussed, Ernie, sitting at the sitting at the kitchen table, and I still remember that, and that feeling of like, yeah, that's a football headache. Without, like, of course I got a headache. It's okay. It's like I said. I thought it was a badge of honor for playing football, but you know, well, like it's. I think it was like maybe 1978 or something like that, 1979. So, like, if you forward it to 1999, uh, I can't imagine how it would be different. Like, okay, how it'd be so, like, innocently told to someone's parent saying, like, I could imagine going now in 99 saying, if you know, parents asking, hey, how did what did you do today? And you say, of course, I would say, of course, oh, I played football, American football, and if now in that time, if I just said I had a headache, I think it would have just been like, oh, you okay right now? And I would have been too scared to say, oh no, it's lingering on, this headache. It won't go away, and it has a distinct feeling about it. Like I've had it more than once. That feeling of a quote unquote a football headache. Now, you don't have. I didn't have. Did I hit my head on the ground a few times? That's a possibility. Going for someone to tackle. They say that you don't even know when a person's been concussed. And at the time, would I want to? But see, that's my hour up here. Okay. Okay, so I wouldn't want to say like, oh, my headache is still ongoing. It's back. I kept it to myself because I wanted to keep playing, but you just have to make it more and more where if you want to stay in the game longer, and if you, it's like report these headaches. You know, stop playing. You couldn't at the time. I, I'd have to have a broken arm, sprained ankle, or something that would really. You didn't stop in my day for a headache, and it's not even like the thing is, Ernie. It's not even like a high level of sports. It's just to show that everybody can get anybody can get concussed, and it's not something like you want to take someone, like if you're a parent, well, you want to take your child out of a game because you're worried about concussions. I understand that completely, but um, they just have to have, you know, a parent has to have the ability to say it's okay to admit to a headache that's ongoing, and you call this thing this football headache, and you feel like it's a badge of honor to get this football headache, and it's a teaching of, if you can know the signs and treat it, you'll be able to continue playing. Some, like, it didn't affect me later on in life because school all week, and there's a whole week where I didn't play any sports. It's like hard contact sports, and yeah, there was no more contact anything. You're home, school. So just by the inactivity between the week, I just got lucky. I probably got lucky that okay, now I guess the luck is that I was not any leagues. I wasn't any leagues that I played on a Monday, like a hockey. Now, if I was playing this football on the weekend, and having too much fun playing football, and I got this quote unquote football headache, and I'm just saying, like, I wasn't, Ernie, but if I was, then like going to play hockey, because being in Canada, I'm gonna go. But I didn't play hockey though. I didn't play organized ice hockey. I never played an organized ice hockey league. But if I was, and I wasn't playing the house league, and I was actually good enough, just saying, even if you're a goaltender, a puck to the head can get another concussion. Now, a puck to the helmet, like the puck to the head, a slap shot, the puck, or even the deflection, hits a goaltender, and the puck hits the helmet. The goaltender could be concussed. It wasn't no physical contact with another player involved, but they still can get concussed from that shot. You don't know. You gotta remember, if we're talking the elite of that age group, so there's going to be someone that's going to have a very nice slap shot. I mean, scary slap shot, and that, like, the speed, that the puck will fly through the air and hit the goaltender, and on the mask, or on the helmet. That could be a possible concussion. So, but because the obvious is that, like, hitting the head against the boards, slipping on a hit, and hitting the head on the ice. Now, see, like, I would have not recovered from that concussion of playing pickup football on a Sunday or Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday both, if I didn't, just saying, if it was an elite, like a select player for its age group, then, see, at the time, even if someone was on a select team and they got a headache from playing hockey again. It's like now my thing is saying this from 2024 perspective, Ernie, is that person's gonna say to themselves that hey, it doesn't count. Like that's not I got now. Now I have a concussion. If I don't even know if the words concussion even came out that much in the 80s. It was mostly like probably shake it off kind of thing. And I'm not sure. But of course, in today's world, it'd be like, okay, yes, I can understand having a concussion in hockey, but not realizing that it's not just a minor concussion anymore. Because even if it was like not much of a hit or whatever, but there was not enough recovery time. Some possibly, especially if it was a Monday morning like practice. Say now maybe they go well. Person's gonna say I'll be okay for the big game that is Saturday on the weekend, or because they might even have more practices. They don't uh, because they're physically able to do everything. It's not that physical injury where it's like, oh, a sprained ankle on skates. Oh, you got to take a couple of days rest. It's like taking a couple of as in painkillers, is over the counter stuff of Tylenols or ibuprofen or aspirin, whatever, and trying to get rid of the masking. That's the thing, and those kind of pills will just mask the problem and actually compound the problem even more. When, like I said, it's like the person will convince themselves into like, hey man, it was only pickup football. There's no way there's no way there's any connection between the headaches that I got on the weekend from playing pickup football to this another new headache that I got with the hockey. Now, like, there wasn't much recovery time. So the person maybe if they don't go to practice till Thursday, and Thursday comes along and something else comes up where just slips and hits the head on the shoulder of another player. Like just accidental because it's practice. You don't expect So everybody's gonna maybe it's practice and the person's the coach is gonna blow the whistle and say, oh, was everybody? It was just probably some kind of drill in the corner to get the puck in the corner. And the coach, the trainer, you okay? And it's like, is everything okay? And meanwhile, like, maybe in today's world even, the trainer and coach is supposed to look out for people with concussions. And the person will say, oh, I'll be okay. And then even if they want to go sit on the bench for a bit to make sure everything's okay, some people just refuse to be taken out of action, whether it's practice. This is my guesstimate, Ernie, why that's why this happens, because now the Thursday concussion and the game's going to be say Saturday. So last weekend concussion possibly from playing pickup football, and then the concussion from playing the practice at some kind, whatever happened at the practice, and then possibly another concussion on Thursday. Now that's 3 possible concussions, and the recovery time is like not much, because then they're going to play the game on Saturday. They can't take. Oh, they'll be okay because they're not going to play some pickup football on Saturday because they're going to be playing, in the arena, and yeah, and Try taking someone out of the game when they're physically able to. That's what I'm talking about, Ernie. It's this is my thing. This is what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, try to talk. I'm trying to think of like when I was a young person, and if, I'm just thinking. I'm putting myself in the situation where I was a young person. If I was that good in playing select sport, oh my gosh, oh I literally think you'd have to. I don't know how I'd be, how I'd take myself out of the game. That's not happening. If I'm physically able to run, physically able to use my catch, or block, or tackle, or whatever, I'm not taking myself out of the game. Football, and if I'm able to skate, shoot a puck, but I got a lingering headache and I didn't tell anybody, and all this happened, like I said, like with the Saturday, again. Uh, oh, get this, Ernie, and on top of it all, saying just in the scenario I'm making up, is that the player is now a first string, well deserved, earned it. He's on starting lineup, playing hockey, whatever position, left wing, right wing, the center, defense, and goaltender. Uh, they're physically able to play, but mentally, it's the concussions possibly. Good luck trying. That person saying, "I'm taking my." It's going to be a very few and rare that's going to say, "I got to take myself out of the game." It's just that's just my 2 cents on it, really. And yeah, so the whole point is for anyone, if they happen to stumble across something about like concussions and all that, and I don't want to be the one to say, "Oh, pull your child out of the sport." Don't put your child in the sport, or "Oh no, everything's fine. Put him in sport, everything's fine." My thing is, go play, but try to find out if the young person is in need of guidance on, hey, if you have a headache, tell us. We're not going to try to take you out of the game. We're trying to put you back in the game for life. It might not, we start getting the higher and higher, like someone making a select team at 15 years old. Then the next thing is like a league for for 16 plus to playing, say hockey in Canada, of course. And wow, the hitting becomes more aggressive now. You're playing elite players from other cities. It's not you personally, Ernie, but you're saying they're playing, and then the next level could be like, if they don't make, jeez, in the NHL, it's a whole. Okay, that's where it really gets down to, I guess. NHL draft. They're hiding concussions. That's the thing. They're reporting. They don't want. It's the teams will say, "Oh no, don't worry, report concussions," but the player is worried about, "Oh, they're not going to pick me because I've had so many concussions," and they don't. They're going to be. They're worried that they're going to be labeled concussion prone. It's a situation. My thing, Ernie, is that we're saying we're World Sports News with Ernie. We're always trying to just have some fun, but my thing is that I'd like to see people that with elite status that at 15, 16 years, to keep on playing. But I know your health is more important than worrying about being labeled as a concussion-prone athlete. That's my 2 cents on that, of course. So we'll go on to the next let's go see another part of the world and see what's going. I'll have to pause here and see what's the Asian sports scenes beside Australia. Well, I'm trying to find more different sports right now, and not much is happening. Well, I'll try. I'll do this really cold. Okay, let's see. If I say Europe, the European sports week this last weekend, it's gonna be maybe a lot of soccer and let's see, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What we have here is not what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm trying to find what sports this week. Okay. Okay. Uh, no, it looks like this is too much good weather here. This is 20. No, this isn't it. Uh, not, not much. I tried to look up the handball. Couldn't really find any handball news. I gotta see. Don't. That's the thing, Ernie. I just don't want to do soccer. It's just, soccer is so easily covered. And I just don't. I seriously rather be reporting on the handball, the netball, Australian rules, Aussie rules football, uh, anything like that over, of course, what we call soccer. I just, soccer is like, that's the things that are avoidable here is like the soccer's, the American football, because, I already covered a lot of that on other shows. And, Ernie, I don't really have much interest in NHL hockey like I used to. I I'm just a playoff kind of. I'm relegated to like just NHL hockey. I'm relegated to just mostly the playoffs to do on my sports review channel. When you're only one person that does everything, the editing, what pathetic editing have you available here is pause button. Other than that, I really don't have much editing. I can't do much editing except for pause. Uh, like and on arms for some reason I say a lot of that. It's just trying to think of like try to you like I said I don't have much. I said this earlier. I should have said it like that, Ernie. Where I don't have much studio space. I hardly got any studio space when it comes to this is like in a bedroom, so and it's like okay, why the puppets and the stuffed puppets? I've said it so many times. But I don't have a proper setup where sitting a chair with the boom microphone properly towards the face. I don't have it where I can have the camera like set up properly to, like a desk, like the way Ernie has it. At least like looks like he's at a desk and you know, and to like well, of course I'm gonna be able to I'll move the camera better. Like I said, I just I'm just kind of doing this for fun right now, killing some time and having fun and finding ways to bring awareness to other sports that are other than American football in this continent. Soccer, we call soccer. Now, I'm interested in soccer when it's the final game. That's it, and unless the Toronto FC are doing well, so because I live in Ontario, Canada, and okay, now the Blue Jays are going to be starting their spring training pretty soon. Toronto Blue Jays, and Ernie. I'm definitely going to be doing the home opener, the Blue Jays live stream. After that, I don't know. I only if to do. I know it's gonna sound bad, but yes, I admit it. Just a fair weather fan right now. Lately, the Blue Jays when they do well, I'm not. If the Blue Jays are in first in their division, like just saying, and it's July, August, September, of course September. I'm going to be like sporadically putting a live stream game on the Blue Jays. Like I said, I've tried. I would. Oh man, yeah, yes. In the last season, I remember in the summertime there was a little bit of a win streak, and I decided that hey, the Jays are being competitive right now. I did a quick live stream in between, like the game already started. You know, um, it's not that I'm a Toronto fan. Like I like the Buffalo Bills, and for American football, and it's just I find it easier to be able to be interested in the Toronto sports teams for professional leagues like NBA and NHL and MLB. Outside of the Toronto area like that, like for the sports, I mean, I don't. I'm not really that interested, and that uh, it's a whole different like thing for me where that the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm not like I got a lot of history to watching the Toronto Maple Leafs back in the day with the Hockey Night in Canada, and but the thing is with me is now I I said it earlier too where I kind of like. I don't know if I mentioned that. I didn't mention that it was channel surfing, quote unquote, the other night, and I just see the full NHL hockey games. I'm like, I'm just not interested in it. It's just uh, not till playoffs. Yeah, and then I'm really not interested in like live streaming every playoff game. That's not happening. But maybe the Stanley Cup Finals. I'd like to probably do the Stanley Cup. Maybe the opening game. Maybe I'm not sure. Um, I find it. I don't know. It's just weird how I don't find American football that violent compared to hockey. Where I find I know American football is it's a violent sport, and it's just. I'm well aware but it's just I don't find it the same as the hockey. The hockey is vicious. The hits into the boards, even though the puck's not there anymore, you're allowed to follow through on your checks and all that kind of. I I I I I, there would be so many, as they say, hockey purists that would hate for a person like me to be the league of safety and new rules and or the commissioner. Well, they put it up for votes. All these things, all these rule changes, they put up for votes. And for me, it's like I think the arena needs the rink, the surface needs to be a lot bigger. Um, the current playing surface, I say, you shouldn't be allowed to hit in that current playing surface area. The shit I have is like I'd have to draw like an example of it, like the hockey ring where it has a ring around it where that's the zone you can't hit the player into the boards. You can only check with the stick. But once the player leaves that zone, like it's like I'm talking like say a couple of meters wide added on because there's this. I'm gonna say this vehemently. The rink surface in NHL Arena is too small for today's fast players. The players are getting faster. It's making the ice surface look tiny when it's not hasn't shrunk physically, but to my eyes, I hardly watch hockey. And then of course I'm watching NHL playoff hockey, and then they're going full throttle, for the as I say, they're going full throttle to play because it's the playoffs. And the hits are more vicious in the boards than the regular season, and there's just like the surface looks so. They're hustling more. So like I could just say I think I watch as I go. The ice surface is too small. It's not about playing in Europe, like I said, the international ice surface. Like I said, there had to me. I'll try it out later, but like I'm saying, like okay, I'll just do a crude method here because I don't really have. Okay, let's just say that like if this tablet was the ice rink, right? Okay, if this tablet was the ice rink, okay, now the glass is the ice rink, okay. Where this black part is, like that's what I mean. Like a ring, like say it's more ice surface. Okay, so the boards start here, like at the end. Let's just say this is the corner of the ice, right? So so this would be the boards. Okay, this would be the current ice surface. This corner. Okay, so this glass would be the current ice surface. So extended, not you take out seats. I'm gonna say you have to take out seats for this. You can't shrink this ice surface. The players are just that good. But I say that there should be a no hitting zone into the boards anymore. And that will just speed up the regular season. And I don't think there should be icing if the puck stays like say if the puck stays like if this is the surface I'm talking about the extra zone, right? The ring around the ring. If the puck's shot, no matter where it's shot, if it stays along the boards, okay, it stays along the boards, it goes around like that, around the corners, and I don't think there should be icing anymore for that. Icing should be if it if it's shot and it crosses this, okay, the red line, of course, like like here, like it doesn't stay into the zone here. It goes out of the zone and hits the backboard or something. Then it's icing, but it's a quick way to just speed the game up. So I mean I'll come back with it, Ernie. I'll come back with a more competitive hockey. I'll do my own special on it. My own idea of having a scrimmage, like a scrimmage hockey league kind of deal, where, like I said, the ice surface is bigger because there's going to be a ring around the existing ice surface where it is now, where that's a no hit zone. I mean, there's hitting, the contact, but only inside the area where there was the original original ice surface of that area. Outside of that area, which going into the boards, can't hit a player into the boards anymore. Can't hold up a player against the boards. Only that zone can only be used. The stick has to make contact with the puck. The stick cannot go straight to a player, just like soccer. Now, when they leave that zone with the puck, the thing is, the player in that zone, I'll explain, this is the thing they're going to be doing better. I said, they're not allowed to shoot on net. They have to go outside that zone to shoot on the net. So goaltenders don't even have to worry about that player that's in that zone standing there looking for a pass. They have to pass. If the shot's on net, it has to go wide of the net if it does not touch a player. And if it's a shot in that zone, like remember the zone I was talking about. So if this extended zone, a player takes the shot on net, you know, takes a shot on net, and it hits the net, that's a penalty. You got it. It's got to be. It's got to miss the net. It can hit the net only if it touches another player first, and then it's okay. It's like a pass. You have to. Uh, it's a big risk of shooting the puck near the net because the idea is it has to be a pass to be in that zone. You have to be out of that zone to score a goal. So the goaltender doesn't have to worry about that player. Is only concentrating on the players that are outside the zone that they're going to pass to. Now, the player has to get out of the zone, and then the goaltender will have a time to. It's going to be a lot more saves, too. The game will go a lot smoother, faster, and like you might not even have stop like with the no icings because it makes sense. It's remember has to stay in that ring. I'll explain later. Better, much better. That you know what I mean is that like there's gonna be a you might not have stoppages of time for 4 or 5 days. I mean, like say a game starts at 7:15, the puck drops at 7:00. Okay, let's just say 7:05, the puck drops, and for some reason the game doesn't end till like 10:05 or 9:45. So the way it's structured in my league and the way I'm making up these rules and that, the game will end a lot faster. And um, it's it's not about the experience on ice. I mean, because the game's fast when you. Well, that's the only thing is the game's not fast when the score is out of hand. In that Super League, like making with the scrimmage and all that, you can constantly old-fashioned ice the puck. But remember, it has to stay the puck. So that's quite the skill to take a shot. If and try to keep it along the boards, kind of within that zone. As it's the puck is it's got to stay in that zone. If it goes out of that zone, it is ice. It's old-fashioned icing if it hasn't been touched by another player. So they could even slap it back and slap it around. You know what I mean? To slap it back to do another change if they want to. Because in hockey you need a lot of change. That's why they have to. That's the only sport that's allowed to change while the game is in action. Because ice skating is very tough. It's a very very tough thing to keep doing. So, well, let's see. How much time have I been? I've been 1 minute and 7 minutes. I haven't been too bad. I come back with a flurry. Is it a fury or a flurry? A flurry is like the McDonald's, isn't it? Oh gosh, I wish I could. Ernie, I can't have no more McDonald's flurries anymore in life. I would just throw my I'd put me in diabetic shock. I'm not diabetic, but I'm close to it, Ernie. And that would make me diabetic. Eating too many of those flurries would make me diabetic. And once again, folks, if you're out there and you see the words like, this is a special announcement for everyone that certain age that do not get fooled by sugar-free ice cream that has a certain sweetener that actually it just raises the glycemic level too. So the whole point is not to raise your blood sugar level, and it doesn't matter if it's an artificial sweetener or you don't. The whole point is not if an artificial sweetener raises the glycemic blood sugar level. There's no point even taking that product because that's not avoiding sugar is not the case. It's not the case of avoiding sugar to avoid sugar. It's the case of that. It just brings the blood sugar level up, and it's like so. Like I said, I would love a McFlurry. I see. That's the thing. I love ice cream. I love ice. I can't even have ice cream anymore. I don't even know where to find it. I have to. I guess I could make my own ice cream with low fat milk. I guess. I suppose. There's probably a way. But this is a sports show, Ernie. It's not about well, it does affect people in life. Is that early in life is like, yeah, it's best to stay away from sugars as much as possible early in life, and yeah, you want to enjoy a sweet treat once in a while, fine, but but then there's a certain time, and you don't know when, and all of a sudden it's like you can make this appointment to the doctors, going, I'm always tired, and that's what happened to me. I was going for an appointment for one reason. I said, I'm always exhausted, and I don't even know why. And I went for that blood test, and I found out my blood sugar level was insanity, 15. And it was like, okay, and I tried to keep it down, and you know what, you you gotta, even though I've been having sugar-free bread, it's still like bread is bread, and starch, potatoes, chips, and you can't eat chips really because of the potatoes. It has to be boiled, and you can't have too much potatoes too. It's the starch. Starch converts into sugar in the body, and so if I'm doing it right, Ernie. But anyways, I have to avoid potatoes. But in the world we live in, and the way the market sets, the potato is so it's so cheap. But the thing to eat when you're young is to eat the potatoes baked or boiled. Avoid. You can't. Kids, with certain ages, they love their French fries. I used to love French fries too when I was young, and I still do. And I'm supposed to stay away from French fries too, of course, and potato chips, and I love potato chips still to this day, and that's you know. But you get move on in life, and you're not you're not super athletic anymore. There's nothing for you. It just compounds the problem. Eating potato chips, that it's like so. Well, we had a good run, Ernie. It was kind of fun. I was kind of like trying to get my mind off of things. A good hour, and but play this back to myself, listen to it for fun. For that's the whole point. I did this channel is because I love to talk, and I have no one to talk to, and get back to the evolution of the world sports news with Ernie. Started with to have segments on what else is out there in this world of sports besides our own, and of course to showcase other sports. And I tried to do a good. I actually tried to do like a news channel with news reports, and early, what happened. It was like it was too much. My health was just the craps, and it's so much easier now. Where I got the setup where I'm lying down on the bed, looking at the studio head. I'm looking at the studio. I got the mouse right beside me the computer mouse to wireless computer mouse to push pause and stop when they end the video, and it's and you can see the TV screen to your left over there where the camera picks up a little bit of the corner of the world, and it's World Sports News with Ernie, and you know it's just this was a lot easier to do it this format, and you know I can't do like actual news reporting where I tried and it's too, my leg was blowing up trying to sit down even I don't know just to using the I had that microphone I had to talk into, and I could have probably talked into the microphone here, but I like the way this open microphone just picks up everything, and it's a lot easier. Like I said, I've been lying down this whole time. Um, I feel a lot better because of lying down, but my left leg still, it just feels funny. I can't stop rubbing my right foot on my left leg like a massage. The bottoms of my feet hurt if I don't know what. And you got to really really watch out your blood sugar level, and you know it's hard for me to describe. My toes feel funny still. I just can't describe this feeling I got. It hurts. Like my feet hurt. Like when I touch them at the bottoms, it's kind of hurts like the same as a muscle. Like the way, like it was something when I was younger, or working out, and your muscles hurt that next day, which is fine. Lactic acid and all that, but yeah, that's like my bottoms of the feet always hurt like that. And my knees just crack every time I walk to a few whatever I do some walking and that. As I'm lying down, I'm just rubbing my feet, and if I do my own knee cracking. Oh my gosh, it just this crazy loud popping sound coming from the. I think it's okay. A lot of people say, I don't know, you should be doing that. I think it's okay. It's just lactic acid buildup. That's air. It releases air pockets, and that's all. It's not a. It's nothing. It's just a natural thing that happens, and it's just that, just getting back to the old days, like 5,000 years ago, way before cities. I mean, I don't know, you can before the hunter, going back to the hunter gathering days before before we as civilization decided to grow wheat and crops to stay stationary instead of running around after things. I can understand that, running around after things, and I don't think a person my age is slim and few, because you got to be in very good shape that nothing happens on the way to your age, and someone like me, I think they just wouldn't have been able to keep up with everyone. Like, I'm talking, okay, let's say go 15,000 years ago or something like that. Someone like me, with my health the way it happened, I would have been good up to 40, 45, 50. I don't know, and then turning 52, 53, it just got worse every year. Your health just poop. Oh man, if my tribe was up, if I was, but then again, where I come from is, we're not. I don't know. Just pretend. Even if you come from way up in the northern latitudes, extreme north latitudes. I guess eventually, the old put the person on their own ice float and sayonara, because they're too much of a burden on the rest of the tribe. It's not. It's just the way. That's just life the way it is back then. And yeah, so our modern society lets us, as I say, to be able to live longer, and even in bad health, to live longer with medications. And there's, like I said, there's just, you know, that's the whole reason for this channel, is so I'm watching, in 5 years from now, turning on YouTube and going on my channel and looking at this video again. It's Valentine's Day, and once again, Valentine's Day. Once again, just to know that I'm able to talk in clear, concise points. Even though I'm rambling on, but the whole point is I'm trying to ramble on to fill time, and since there's a lot of time, and and I know from like that I know that I'm not rambling on off course too much because I know that this is a sports news channel. If I do a quick, uh, you know, summary of you know, like you know, it's just we try. You know, it's just well, like I said, I'm just trying to do this channel for myself sometimes because I no I I I don't think anybody's gonna last this long into this video. Like there's if you're a person out there that's still listening to me rambling on 1 hour and 20 minutes into this video, I have I the only thing I could think of is you either have this channel to watch and you're in prison, or you have to go to bed. So it's either this or bed. I mean, some people take bed, even though they haven't seen TV all day or a week. They don't take bed over this show. But the point being is that I've been able to go back and then go, you know, like I knew that I'm minute 20, 1 hour and 20 minutes into the video, and here I am rambling, and I'm not thinking like like thinking that I'm starting to get dementia and all that. Like I couldn't I'm okay right now. I mean, I have some gaffes here and there, but a year from now, I'm gonna say that that's when it's crucial to keep this going, to keep World Sports News with Ernie going, to ramble on like this, and yeah, of course, the rambling on with the Coach Coyote when I did the Coach Coyote, but I think when it's the Sylvester, when I use the Sylvester, like I said, those puppets are the good thumbnails, so I know what category I'm in. It's like you start making a lot of videos, and oh yeah, it's the thumbnails. Like I don't even want to use a thumbnail for this one too. I'm gonna just the thumbnail is what it is. It's gonna be like this will be the thumbnail, whatever picture it is on the screen, and that's gonna leave it at that. Okay. So, like I said, it's the most crucial time in my life is and all these videos I'm making is going to be starting like for sure in a calendar year from now, where to be am I able to still do videos? And remember, it's just learn my lesson is to stay lying down throughout the whole video. I haven't sat on the chair once this whole video in 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I just, and for the record, as they say, I can't stop rubbing my left leg with my right foot. It just does it automatically like a cricket, but I'll feel good. I'll end this video, and as soon as I get up and go out and about, walk around here, and everything starts to hurt again. And then I have to lie down, and then I'll watch TV. So, well, such is life. And I enjoy life, like I said. And I missed making these videos, but it was painful. And like I said, I got too involved. I made news items, like actual news items, where I did a lot of research. I couldn't see it half the time. Like when I was getting tunnel vision, tired, and just kept on going on. And research needed to check and double check every news item, and like And it's like, wait, I can't do this. I just can't do this. It's I don't have the health. I only have the health to just do this format, like the way I'm just free flowing, looking at a tablet for the news and reporting on it. So, with all that, Ernie, and I feel good. I feel good about everything in general. I feel good in life. And, okay, so with all that, and I know Ernie's saying the same, feeling the same way too, where he hopes everybody's feeling good and enjoying life, which I am, even though I don't get out much. And we're looking at 8 o'clock, so now I can turn on the big TV. My old don't turn on the big TV till 8 o'clock. I got a small TV, as you can see. The small TV you're looking at, and that small monitor to the left that you're looking at, that's not my television. That's what the laptop is on. Because I don't want to keep. This laptop is tiny. I explained that in another video. The laptop's tiny, so that's a 12-inch television I bought at a Goodwill just to do the sports channels. Looking at the new. Sorry, looking at YouTube's, and I even put an antenna on it. Antenna just for fun, like an indoor antenna, because I got cable, but I just for fun. So the big 55 inchers coming as soon as this video's over. Ernie's staying for the night. I guess he's I don't know. He doesn't have to go into the set Sesame Street. He doesn't have to make it to New York this week. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're filming this week. He says he's free tomorrow. They just stick around here, so he's gonna stay over for the night. We're gonna watch television, and we'll see what's on. And the rest of the gang was kind of just they know the score. They're waiting too patiently. Coach Coyote's waiting, and Sylvester's waiting for me to turn on the TV so we can all watch some television. Because I gotta get up. And for the record, for myself, I'm rubbing my left foot. I'm rubbing my left foot with my right foot, and I can't not stop doing that. I'm thinking like if any like one of those quick products made to market was. I'm thinking like some kind of sponge socks, like foam socks that like put over your feet, so you stop rubbing your feet together and or sleeping. Oh my gosh, I end up digging for some reason to try to stop the nerve feelings. I like the erratic nerve feelings my left leg and foot. I find myself just like it's just the wear and tear on my right foot. It hurt. It kind of hurts to just constant rubbing on the ankles and all that. And I'm thinking like I think I need some kind of foam socks that kind of like prevent me like the rubbing each other. You know, you can't you can't there can't be tension. Well, a person should never go to sleep with tension on. Tension, like as in knee bands and wrist bands and all that. It's not a good idea, in my opinion, to go to sleep with those things on. You can't. You can't monitor the ball. There's not a, for whatever reason, if it gets tangled and you're constricting blood flow, possibly, And in my case, in my life, I can't constrict any blood flow. Like, I have to buy diabetic socks. Even though I'm not diabetic, I'm very close to being one. If I don't watch out, I still, like, I wear diabetic socks to just, because I can't have any decrease in blood flow at all. It just, the slightest decrease in blood flow, it's not good for me. It's what little flow we have to in that extremity, the toes, that far down. You really don't want life to constrict it. And now, the ordinary socks, when I was younger, like everyone else, ordinary socks, you get even with, of course, my day I started with the sports socks, with the famous '70s sports socks. Take your three colors. There could be the white with the red and blue stripes, one thin blue stripe, big red stripe, big wide red stripe, and then the thin blue stripe again, or the thin red stripe, the big white, the blue stripe. The '70s sports socks. So, of course, if you have a lines on your legs from the socks, then you're a kid, doesn't younger, it doesn't bother you that much. But I mean, I can't restrict any flow. You don't want to restrict flow in that age group. Okay, so it's been a long rambling. I'm pretty good now, and I'll just say this now that we are going to sign out. So, got the crew here. Felix Duck from NFL Picks, who's Ernie's buddy, and Robert Ducky. Felix Duck, and of course Ernie from Sesame Street, but comes down here and chills out. Well, we're all gonna say over and out.